Hi, I'm Mashael, and today we're going to take a look at the ESL department, English as a Second Language. We will be meeting with a teacher who has been teaching for several years and some of her students. But first, I will be talking about my own experience. I came in the United States in 2016. I used to take ESL when I first came here. I took ESL from 5th till 8th grade. They were so helpful for me. In 5th grade, I used to take 2 ESL classes per day, one for learning the letters and how to speak, and the other was for learning how to read and write. In the speaking class, we used to gather around the teacher, and he would teach us a letter per day, and each letter with the words that begins with it, and some objects too. In the reading and writing class, we used to read books, write down some sentences, and improve our speaking skills too. It was a very fun experience, and it helped me a lot with learning the English language right and in an easy way.
Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Jen Painter. I'm an ESL teacher here at Jordan, and I am also the leader of the ESL department. I started teaching in the year 2001. I taught 6th grade social studies at Githens Middle School right down the road from Jordan. That was my first job.
And what made you teach in ESL?
So when I started teaching social studies, I had no training in ESL. That was not part of my studies before I became a teacher. But I had lots of students who were bilingual, who were ESL students when I started teaching, but I didn't really know how to work with them in the best way, and that made me interested in ESL teaching. So I went back to school part-time to become certified in ESL, and I got my first job as an ESL teacher in Burlington in my 4th year of teaching.
And how does it feel teaching in this department and helping these students learn the language?
I love working in my department. I've worked at Jordan since 2006, and I feel like it was a strong department when I joined, and I feel like it's gotten better over the years, and so my goal is for that to continue far into the future. I really like ESL because the focus is really on the people. It's interdisciplinary, so I work with teachers in different subject areas all across the school, and I like that the focus is on the success of the students in the ESL program, whatever that might be. I also like that I still get to teach my content courses. I still teach history and government courses, but for students in the program, so that kind of combines the content that I love with the work that I do that I think is really important.
What are some moments that you remember having with some of your students?
So one of my favorite days every year is graduation day, because I get to see my students with their families, and I often work with the same students over several years, and I get to see how they grow and develop as people and in their language capacity. And graduation is a really big goal for a lot of my students, so I just love to see that moment when they celebrate with their families and that they get to see the culmination of all of their hard work. I also love some events that we have had in the past. We have a family night where the families are invited to come into the school, and we have food and they get to talk with the teachers. I really love that. You also might have heard of the International Festival that was held 2 times at Jordan right before the pandemic. So we didn't have that this year, but a goal for us next year is to return to having these in-person events that are very special.
What group of people from a specific country that you had some fun times with teaching?
So I remember, I like all of my students and all of the different cultures and language backgrounds that they bring to the mix of our community. I remember in the fall of 2016 was the first time I had Syrian students, right? Syrian refugees arrived as a group. You might know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And we were very happy to welcome these students here. I remember we had a group of boys that had a lot of energy and they were kind of learning the rules of Jordan. Gave me some challenging times in the classroom, but I was happy to see them all grow up, mature, learn a lot, and that group graduated in June of 2020.
What was it like seeing them all graduate?
It was beautiful and lovely because they had grown up into young adults, and I'm lucky that I've worked here for so long. I still get to see my students in the community. Sometimes I see them in the office when they come to pick up their younger siblings, for example, or working out in the community. That's a really nice part of being a teacher invested in a place for a long time, is that you get to follow your students over many years, even as they are adults.
Hi, my name is Gaby Mencia. I'm a senior in high school. I'm an ESL student.
How long have you been in ESL?
Oh, I have during all that time have been in Jordan, so that's 4 years.
Do you think it's benefiting you and helping you learn the language?
Yes, I have learned a lot of English in my ESL classes. It has been a very good experience.
How was your experience in these 4 years with ESL?
Okay, it has been very good. I have learned a lot of English. My experience with my teachers, they are so good teachers. They know my problem here, like with my English, and they help me a lot.
My name is Ivan. I'm from Mexico. I'm 17 years old.
How long have you been in ESL classes?
It's 6 years.
6 years?
Mm-hmm.
How was your experience with ESL?
It's good. They can help me with my English.
What was it like taking ESL classes?
It was in the first 2 years. It was difficult, but I tried to do better. Then I understand really good the English right now.
Do you think it's helping you a lot with learning the language easy?
It's the EOC classes that help me with understand the English more than I know right now. Mm-hmm. And they help me with everything as I need. The teachers help me and everything.